friends, welcome to Auntie No's Kitchen. And for those who are returning, welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making a red velvet cake. Yes, my daughter has requested one of her favorites, a red velvet cake. However, there's a twist. I'm not going to make the cream cheese icing because she doesn't like cream cheese icing. I'm going to ice this cake with the buttercream icing. So we're going to go over what is all needed so you too can make this recipe. Baking a cake isn't easy. If you follow these instructions to the T, you can be successful at baking this cake. But first, I'm going to go over a few housekeeping details. First, I have two types of cake pans. Now, this recipe that I'm making, I'm going to use two 8-inch pans. Because they're 2 inches in depth. Now, if I double this recipe, because I do like my cakes when I'm having functions or they're going out of the house, I like my cakes high. I will double the recipe and I will use 9-inch, 3-inch deep cake pans. I have my parchment paper liners. These are 9-inch. I only order 9-inch and I fold them and I trim them to fit my 8-inch pans. Now we got that out the way. We're going to get started on the ingredients. So you too can make this cake. You're going to need 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Sift your flour. If you want to buy cake flour, you can. But if you're going to make some cakes, I suggest buying all-purpose flour and sift it. You can sift it twice, and you can make your own cake flour. I do sift my flour. Sometimes I sift my flours twice. Sometimes I don't. I've been baking for a long time. You're going to need 1.5 cups of white granulated sugar. 2 large eggs. Put your eggs in a clear bowl so you can see if there are any shells in it. You want to make sure you get those out. 1 cup of buttermilk. 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder. I use Hershey's. 1 teaspoon of white distilled vinegar. 2 tablespoons of red food coloring. If you don't, the reason why I say 2 tablespoons because I buy my red food coloring in giant bottles. If you have that, this is equivalent to that little bitty 1 ounce bottle that you get at the grocery store. My Dexcom is going on. Now here's a little secret. This is called cream bouquet. Someone turned me on to this, and I have been using it ever since. You add a teaspoon of this to your batter. It enhances the flavor of the cake. It's called cream bouquet. So I'm going to go ahead and add my teaspoon of this to my vanilla extract. So I already have it. Not that this is a 2 teaspoon. I want to get my 1 teaspoon. Okay, gonna add my 1 teaspoon of my creme brulee to my vanilla extract so that'll already be done. See what it looks like? So I will have that out the way. It's a little thicker, but I don't know what that magic ingredient is in here, but it really enhances your cake flavor. So what I am going to do, I'm going to go ahead and sift my dry ingredients together. Throw that over there, go to housekeeping. my dry ingredients except the sugar. No lumps. When you sift your dry ingredients together for cakes, it incorporates them better. Always sift your dry ingredients together. And when you buy cake flour, I think that box is like 3 pounds. It's like $6 or something like that. I've never bought it. My grandmother didn't buy it, so I'm not buying it either. I don't even think, they didn't even have cake flour back then. I think that's something that came out in the 90s. That's all cake flour is. Sift flour that's been sifted 3 times. You can get a whole, I get my flour at Sam's. And this 10 pound, it's a 10 pound bag of flour. I think $7. And this little extra couple of minutes of me doing this versus that little box for almost $6. That's what cake flour is, flour that's been sifted 3 times. Okay, I'm gonna put these over here to the side. Bring old Ollie Mae over here, and we're gonna get started. Put these cake pans over here because I'm not ready for those yet, but I want to get them out the way. I'm gonna add my eggs. Gonna go ahead and add this here milk. Now, I know a lot of you saying, well, where's the butter? You can use 2 sticks of butter or 1.5 cups of oil. It's up to you. But this recipe, I'm going with the oil. I'm adding all my wet ingredients. I want to make sure my eggs are well beaten first. Okay, now I'm going to add my oil. Housekeeping. Oh, I see a little bit buttermilk milk left. This has get all that goodness out of there. You know, guys know how I am about that goodness. Add my red food coloring. Gonna add my vinegar. Little housekeeping. Drop this. You want to whisk this. I'm going to put my sugar in. Okay, with your flour mixture, add it in a little at a time. If it's on the side, it's not being mixed. Get your silicone scraper together. And with this last bit, I'm going to speed my mixer up. After I get it all folded in, I'm going to turn it up. Gonna turn up the volume. Had to preheat my oven. Turn that on. So while this is going on this final spin, my oven will be getting preheated, making sure all that's still sides. Turn it up, turn it up. Now you don't want to over mix your cake batter. You'll know if you're over mixing it because it will start foaming, and that is not what you want, because you over mix it, your cake is gonna sink in the middle, and you're gonna have so many air pockets inside your cake. It's not gonna taste good. It's gonna be really ugly. You also want to check your batter in the bottom of it. Make sure you don't have any batter, any ingredients that have settled onto the bottom. Go around that bowl. It's on the side, it ain't mixing. And you want all of your batter. this is all mixed. Throw that over there for a little housekeeping. Can't nobody getting dirty. That's why I got soap and water. And I guess you wonder, well, how do you know that you're getting the right amount of batter in there? Easy. I'll show you what I do. I use measuring cups. Gonna spray my pans. I spray the first I need to cut my wrappers or liners rather. Even though I'm using liners, I still need to get the size of my pans good or I don't like using flour. Good to go. I just don't. That's just my preference. I don't like using the flour oil method. That's just me. You can use that method if that's what you like to do. You can. Got that one down. Okay. This is what I do. I scoop out. I start off with 1 cup here. Get that in the pan. And I make sure I scrape all of this out so that it's even. Push that one over. Then I get another level cup and pour it in this pan. This is how I make sure that all my cakes are level or the same height. Unfortunately, I can't eyeball anymore like I used to. So I improvise. I make a lot of lemonade out of lemons. And so now I'm going to move to a smaller cup. Still the same thing. Take your spatula and scoop out, bring all of that batter down. See this? It's gonna go, this is enough to fill the other cup. It's gonna go into this pan. You're gonna tap. So what you're doing, clearing your cake, your batter of air. And I'm gonna get these in the oven, let them bake. See, I saw our air pocket. So our air pocket over here, saw one there. Air pocket, fill that one, break that bubble up. Oh, you must really be thirsty. Okay, guys, so see, you guys put these in the oven for about 30 minutes, 25, 30 minutes. I know they're done because I'm going to do a stick test. They come out clean, we're good to go. All right, guys, while the cake is in the oven, you know, this is just a little cake just for her. So I have 2 cups of, not 2 cups, 2 sticks of softened butter. I have 2 sticks of softened butter, so I'm going to cream this butter really well. So once this is creamed to where I want it to be, we'll be back together again. You cream your butter till it's pale. That's the color you're looking for. That's the color you're looking for in your butter. You want it to be pale. See that pale color? That's what you're looking for. And I have 3 cups of powdered sugar, but I'm adding another cup. Just my sifter ran out of room. Yes, I sift the powdered sugar because powdered sugar can have lumps. You don't want that in your icing. Ugh. And you're going to see exactly what I'm saying. Powdered sugar can have lumps. See what I mean? See those lumps? Throw those out. I don't care, no amount of mixing will get them out. Woo! Get that last cup of powdered sugar in, level it off. I leave it in here in case I need to add a little more. If my icing is thicker, in case I need to make it a little thicker. Lumps. Lock it. Start off on slow. Get my little ball scraper. Start folding some stuff in. Then we'll speed it up. Because you speed it up now, sugar be flying all over the place. Yeah, the FBI in here. See if you want to thin that out. All you have to do is add a little half and half. That's it. Isn't that right? That's Westy. Isn't that right, Dusty Westy? Don't pour it in. Just add a little bit. This is just add a tablespoon here and there. Go ahead and add your teaspoon of vanilla. Get your bowl scraped down. That's wet. I think I want a little more thinner. Just a little bit. This is the consistency I wanted. So let me scrape this bowl out. I'll be right back. Okay, the cake is almost done, so I'm going to go ahead and fill my piping bag with the icing. I want a small one. Get the other one. I think I want a smaller bag. Not a smaller bag, a smaller thing to get this in. Now, turn this bottom up down here. clip this together. I'm going to use piping bags. I like to use piping bags to ice my cakes. And I'll clip this together. And I'll get this other piping bag filled, and I'll be back when the cake when it comes out the oven and completely cools. All right, the layers are done. I'm going to go ahead and crumb coat. But first, I'm going to get these 2 layers. Get my layers on top of one another before I crumb coat anything. Oh, forgot to do this. Caitlin is not a really sweet eater. She doesn't care for a lot of icing, so you have to be really she's not an icing person like that. Okay, what I'm going to do now is called crumb coating. Crumb coating is when you basically throwing a thin coat of icing on your cake to seal in the crumbs. That's basically what you're doing. It's just a thin coat of icing to seal in the crumbs. And once I do this, then I'll just put this in the fridge and let it sit. Because this is not the actual icing. It's icing, but it's not my final to do. So I'm going to complete the crumb coat and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, this is a crumb coat. This is a coat. It's a thin coat of the icing that you put on a cake, and you're going to put in the fridge and let this set. And what I mean by set, so to get a little hard. So then you're going to come back, you'll be able to ice your cake and get a pretty icing cover, and you won't get any crumbs on your outer icing. So I'm going to put this in the fridge and then we'll be back. I'm back. Can get this cake iced. Voila. Red velvet. Now, you see, you know a cake is moist when you press down on it and it bounces back. That's a moist cake. When you press down on that cake and that cake bounces back, and you see how that cake breaks apart when you cut it. Because if it was a dry cake, you have crumbs all over the place. See that? That's a moist cake. That's really good. I'll go in the cake pan. Doesn't that look delicious? Thank you guys for coming in Auntie's kitchen and baking with me. I really enjoy you stopping in. To the next bake-off or recipe. Hugs and kisses to all of you guys. Thank you for your support. Hit that sub button. Until the next time, be you, but be great being you. Bye.